All right, there we go. We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collaborators. This is Chris. This is my channel, We Love Comics, and I have 5 books I want to show you guys that I really think that will be doing very well in the future. Now, one of the things about speculations is, and I'll always remind people about this, there are always risks involved. There are no guarantees, so please do not spend a mortgage payment buying any of these books, especially if you're not going to be doing any research. So I'm showing some advice of things that I think could work. Some of them, there are, potentials, and anything can change. I always want to make sure I mention that before I start showing them. Also, if you are looking to buy any of these, make sure you know what the prices are. Make sure you try and wait for deals, ask for deals, make things happen, find a way to get them. Even if you're short on cash, there's always ways of bartering and, use your brain and you'll find ways. So don't start out by saying, I can't get these or I can't afford them, because then you won't make the effort. So I want to always encourage people to be inspirational to yourself. Just say, I don't have them yet. Use a positive attitude and put in the effort, and you'll do fine. So I'm showing 5 books at a time. I'll be doing more videos like this. Obviously, I don't want to show too many because, these days I'm sure funds are limited. Trust me, I know. I've been out of work now going on 4 months. So, I only want to mention a few at a time so you can add them. These are all, within the $50 to $500 range. So there's not anything major, but that's, of course, in higher grades. So you can get what you can afford because, as I always say, low grade is better than no grade. And also, I just want to make sure I mention, if you're buying any of these comics, sign up for the cashback program that I provide in the link in the live chat, in the description, and also in the comment section. I always pin it to the top. If you click on the link that I provide and you sign up and spend $25 or more within any of the qualifying areas of the program, within 90 days, you get a $10 cashback bonus, and I get a one-time referral fee. So that definitely helps me while I'm out of work. So if anybody can do it, or even share the link, I really appreciate it. And let's get on to the program. So I see a couple of people here, and also don't forget to wait until the end. If you were in the live chat, I always pick one of you in the live chat for the surprise subscriber shout out. So hopefully you guys will join in even if you've never subscribed before. Alright, so let me put on the video camera. Now, all 5 of these books I have shown before, but it's been a little while. I get new subscribers all the time. I get plenty of people that message me saying, they're just getting back into comics after a certain amount of years. So I don't want to assume that everybody knows about these. Some of you will, some won't. If only one person benefits from it, then hey, that's great. But it can also remind people not to wait too much longer on some of these books, because if there are announcements, and I always say if because anything can change, these books, you know what'll happen to them instantly, especially if myself or others in the comic book community that have any kind of influence make a video. There are going to be people that'll go right to eBay and double the price of the book if they have it to sell. So keep that in mind. Alright, so number 1, there's definitely different versions of this book, but I would highly recommend this one, because it's my understanding is there's about 800 to 1,000 of these in existence. It may even be less than that. I bought this years ago at a comic book store. It's one of the few times that I bought something and bought it at a comic book store. It was at Android's Comics in Sayville, when I used to live in New York. I got this graded, so I bought it raw. But this is definitely the first book I recommend. This is Silk number 1. Came back in 9.8. But this is the Comic Pro edition. It's kind of got like a brown paper bag kind of look to it instead of the regular cover. This is a very limited book. Highly recommend getting this because they haven't announced anything for Silk yet, but with the Spider-Verse, you never know where they're going to go. And the idea is to buy a book before there's any kind of rumors or announcements. And I have a feeling, especially these days using a lot of female characters, Silk is definitely going to be a character to get. Now, obviously, this isn't her first appearance, but this is her first number 1 issue. Amazing Spider-Man number 4, obviously not the first section of number 4, first series, but Amazing Spider-Man number 4, I think it's like the 5th series, but you could check it out. just type in First Silk. There's a couple of variants and things you can get there. But like I said, I don't want to show too many at the same time. You can kind of get the gist. But this is definitely a book I would highly recommend. I paid a grand total of $125 for this book. And like I said, it came back at 9.8. It's a sketch cover. Very rare, very limited. Absolutely a book to, if you could find it, get. Alright, next up. Again, this isn't the first appearance, but this is definitely a book that is a little bit under the radar. When this first came out, it shot out to like 200-300 the same day pretty much it came out. It cooled down a little bit, but we know that this character is most likely going to see futures in the, at least in the Sonyverse, if not the MCU. Love this cover. I have two of them. This one is signed by about 5 different people. And I highly recommend this. This is SpiderGwen issue number 1. This is the first series. This is the Atom Views. I believe it's a 1 in 100 variant. This came back at 9.8. I paid a total of $363.50, which is pretty darn good considering all the signatures. It's signed by Dan Slott, Robbie Rodriguez, Jason Latour, and there's a remark it's also signed and remarked by Adam Hughes and Rico Renzi. So Rico Renzi signed and did a remark there, and Adam Hughes did a sign and remark there. So there's Stan Lee, also, but signed by Dan Slott, Robbie Rodriguez, Jason Latour, Adam Hughes, Rico Renzi, and Stan Lee. This is absolutely a book I'd highly recommend. It's another book that most people are not thinking about right now, and that is the best time to get this book. So this came back, white pages, 9.8. Very happy with this book. Looks very beautiful. Adam Hughes artwork. I mean, there's a lot of times his artwork looks really real. When I first saw this book, it wasn't my favorite, but it's grown on me. I love SpiderGwen. I always have. It's a book I've recommended. That and Ultimate Fallout 4. I've been recommending both since 2016. Obviously, her first appearance is Edge of Spider-Verse 2, but that's getting a little pricey. So this is one that might slip under the radar. That is a book worth getting. Another book I've been telling people to get for a while. I don't have the price of what I paid for this, but I can guarantee you I paid under $75 because I bought this a couple of years ago. This is another book I would highly recommend getting. I'll take it out of the bag. This is Marvel Spotlight number 32. It's an older version of PGX when I bought this book. This is the first appearance of Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew. I really think there are going to be future plans for this character. I might take this one out to get pressed, because it looks like I bought this one graded, and it looks like a pressing could help it, because it has a little bit of an indent. So if she ends up getting the announcements in the Spider-Verse, you know, they've already rumored the character, but anything can change. Spider-Woman number 1 is another one to get, because they kind of change her origin a little bit, and they actually give her hair, because here, you know, she's kind of just bald. Sorry about the glare. There you go. It's kind of just bald there, which is weird. So Spider-Woman number 1 is definitely another key book to get. But you can't go wrong with Marvel Spotlight number 32. Again, it's a book, you know, raw you're going to spend anywhere from $75 to $150. To me, I think that's a bargain at this point. There are always deals, so make sure you wait for them. And I just want to say really quick, 65 people watching, only 11 likes. We got to fix that. I'm going to show the last 2 books, but I want you guys to show through your likes that you appreciate these videos and what I do. So I want to see a couple more likes from you guys. Show me that you guys put in the effort as much as I do with appreciation. Because the reason I ask for the likes is the fact that it helps my channel reach out to other people. Because the higher the likes, the more likely it'll be going out to other people to see. So hopefully you guys are just not coming here just to get your own, you know, wallets filled and not showing the appreciation. So I'm going to remind people about that. So thank you those that are taking the time to hit the like button. It's appreciated. Alright, so here we go. 2 more to go. This is another book I've been telling people to get for a while. I only paid about $140, $135. I didn't write down the price on this one. I paid between $100. No. What did I pay? $112.25. That's what I paid for this book. Absolutely recommend getting this book. This is She-Hulk number 1. I bought this years ago at a 9.8 because, like I say to people, buy books before there's announcements because then you can get a steal for this. This book right now is about a $400 or $500 book. and she is getting a TV show, but because everything's on hiatus right now, you know, and there are so many different books out there, people forget sometimes about these books, and that's why you need to be reminded. So this was Off-White to White Pages, 9.8. This is the first appearance of this character. And like I always say, low grade is better than no grade. So I cannot stress enough, this book, you think it might be a little expensive now, wait until the first trailers come out, which probably won't be for another year or two. So that gives you, you know, a stay of execution, so to speak. So the idea is you want to get the ones before they make the official announcements, and then after that, if there's some time lapse in between, people forget them. Don't get scared if you see the price dip a little bit. Worry about the future of this book, not the present price of the book. Because if the movies or TV shows, whatever, is already done, then yes, I would be concerned. But this still has potential uprising. So do not be discouraged. Think of it as buying it on sale and getting a chance to get in before it's too late. Alright, so last one. Don't forget to sign up for the cashback program. I will do today's surprise subscriber shout out. 42 likes, 76 listeners or viewers. Let's get that up to at least 50, guys. Let's show the last one. This is one, again, people are going to overlook this book. I bought this a couple of years ago. I didn't write the price, but I know I paid about $125 for this book. This is my number one of these 5 that I would highly recommend getting, because I think it's just a matter of time before this happens. It probably won't be for a while, but the longer you wait, the more likely you risk the chance of missing out. So get this book. This, as you can see, is Avengers Vs XMen, issue number 1. Now this one, like I said, I bought a couple years ago. This is dual signed. It's signed by Stan Lee. Oh, it's actually triple signed. It's Stan Lee, John Romita Jr., and Jim Cheung with white pages. So triple signed. This is the Diamond Select Toy variant. Sketch cover. So this is a rarer book of the Avengers vs. X-Men. Now, obviously, at this point, and I've said these before, you cannot go wrong with any of them, because I think it's just a matter of time before you see that. And if they do that in the MCU, this book is going to shoot through the moon. So I paid probably, like I said, between about $125 and $150, because I bought this around 2016-ish, somewhere around there, because I buy books beforehand. You could see right there, it says Diamond Select. So this is definitely a variant worth getting. It's rarer, especially if you can get a 9.8. There, you know they're going to be the most desirable. But to get this triple signed for the price I paid for it, I mean, it was between $125 and $150. But it's a steal, and I really think has so much potential. So those are the books. I want to thank the 48 people that hit the like button. It means a lot that you take the time to not just watch the video, that you actually hit the like button. Sharing it also helps, so I appreciate those that take that effort. That's why I keep doing these, and the only thing I ask for is that kind of support, because it helps my channel. Hit the notification button if you haven't. Now, YouTube is famous for not actually notifying people to hit the notification buttons. So just come back periodically. I make sure I do a couple of videos a week, sometimes every day. It depends on my mood or my availability. But keep coming back to check. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Share my channel to other people. If you think my videos help, if you know anybody else in the comic book community that's not familiar with my channel, bring them here so I can help out many more people. Because keep in mind, the more people we get interested in comics, the more people are buying comics, the more it keeps the industry alive and warrants new comics from coming, new characters being created, new movies coming out. So think long term about the benefits of us all working together and helping each other out. So thank you very much for listening. Today's surprise subscriber shout out, we're going all the way to the beginning. Hopefully they're still here, but we'll find out in a second. Whiskey, Stills, and Tumbleweeds, you were the first person here today, so I'm going to give you today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you're not still here, well, then you missed out, but hopefully you are. I think I still see you are in the live chat, so that's great to see. That makes you a power viewer, because if you watch from beginning to end of a video, you are a power viewer, so make that proudly known in the comments section. And if you watch every video that you click on of mine from beginning to end, and if you go through some of my rants, God bless you that you can handle that, you are an ultra power viewer, so I know a bunch of you are out there. So thanks for listening. Give our shout out a shout out. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these books. Obviously, if you want to make more suggestions, you can. And again, thank you to the 51 people who took the time to care enough to hit that like button. So those are the 5 comics. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, the rest of your day. And do not forget, it's not you, it is not I, it is we love comics. Peace out, everybody.